Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to be working on ice fishing. This is a new mechanic I've been thinking about for a while now, and I think I figured out how to implement it, so I thought I'd just kind of document the development of this. These are the current sprites for the ice fishing poles. Um, and this is a work in progress map I'll work on finishing up as I put this mechanic together. So the idea is that this one here is when you first set it up. You see, you got the flag down, and then this is after there's a fish on the line. The flag is now pulled up. The pole is bent a little bit more. Um, I'm going to work on improving these sprites first because I'm happy with them as a starting point, but I'm not totally satisfied. Uh, and I need to design one that's a blank pole. So before you get there and set it up. So with that, I'm going to start with, let's start with editing the sprites first. I'm going to go into the icons, and let's open with GIMP. And GIMP did a pretty hefty update not too long ago, so this might take a little bit to figure out how to do everything like I used to. First of all, let's get the grid going. Figure grid. There we go. So I'm going to start with moving this one. Put it there. And we'll put a duplicate one here. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. So here we have the pole, fishing line. Oh, I should put a little hook on the end. That's definitely something that's missing. Got a little hook. Alright. There we go. And let's come over to this one. And let's do one that has nothing on it. So it'll just be the post. Oops. So sort of a blank rod. I'm thinking that the initial repair of the rod will be something like one rope and maybe one piece of ore or something along those lines. Basically replace the hook and the string, and then you'll need to use one bait to actually set up the rod. Now this one, I'm pretty happy with the overall look once it's actually in the game, but I think I need to make it more visible. So I'm going to duplicate that one as well. Let's give this thing a proper animated sprite. Okay, let's merge all those together. Clear the selection. And swap to let's get a little lighter orange, maybe. branch. Oh, that looks so much nicer. Okay. So the middle one. And then I think I'm going to reverse it here. And so it'll kind of shift back and forth. Although it does have 3. So I could do... Oh, and I need that. So what about... I'm still going to jump around weird. I'll swap these two, is what I'll do. Okay. So, middle, right, middle, left, middle. I'll keep the moved sprites. Put these down 3. So it should shift. So it'll shift a little bit. That'll help it be a little bit more visible. Then let's make this up. And I'll add a little gray spot at the bottom. No, there we go. So that one's up a little bit higher. That one's in the middle. And we'll make this one a little bit lower. Oops. Not super happy with this. I think I'm going to try something different. Bring this back over here. Clear the selection. Just going to erase all of that. And just move this down a little. Alright, so that'll just bob down, up, and up a little bit more. Let's save this. Okay, and let's... So this one will start like that. Action button, new event page. Let's just keep it simple for now. With self switch A on, go down to basic event icons and move it to the next one. Self switch B. So we'll require B, and it'll go to this. Not moving, not moving. Direction fix. Custom. So the middle is, let's see, I need to look at a different character real quick. Where's walking? Here we go. So up, and it's stepping. Okay. So currently it's looking up and not moving. Move to the lower left. So I don't want to turn. I just want walking animation on. Direction fix. I guess I just walking, stepping. There's got the little hook. Oh, hey, that actually turned out pretty good. Cool. Okay. I'm going to close that before anything crashes. All right. Action button. Show text. Fishing stand. I want to repair it. Choices, yes, no. Do one wood, one rope. Yes. Change items. And I can never remember where I actually put. Okay, there's wood. Decrease by 1. And then rope is in with the desert stuff. I should also include a conditional branch. Item. Rope. If party has rope. Well, I also need a if party has wood. There we go. If party has rope and wood. Else. It's a fishing stand. Is Calvin's face. Nice fish. I believe it's. Yep, there we go. And party's wood, else branch. There we go. So you have wood and a rope. Then we can repair that. Self switch on. Perfect. Basically, just duplicate this. This one will become self switch B. This will need to be if party has bait. One fishing bait. Okay. I need fishing bait to up this rod. Okay. Part 1 done. So next, no, this wouldn't turn on B. No, I see. I knew it. Okay. No, I'm getting ahead of myself here. This needs to be a damaged rod of some kind. I'll deal with that. Okay, so then this is the one. Okay, no. So then this is the unset rod. So this will be damaged rod. Unset rod. This is the set rod. Okay, what? Do I make a new one for a damaged rod? Or do I leave it blank? There are fish. This ice. We want to build. Spot. There we go. Yes. Put a fishing stand here. And a rope and wood. We can ice fish. There we go. Put bait on a fishing pole. And then that sets this up. So let me think. What's the best way to do this? Okay, let's start with control variables. Where are my... Okay, so there's all the plant steps. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. And we'll set that equal to steps. There we go. And let's do auto run. And it will... Let's figure out how to make it just run once. Is auto run a single or is it continuous? I can't remember. I'm gonna have to check that. Actually, I'll just test that now. Test. Oh, right, I need to make a little chest. Chest, there it is. Change items. I need a rope. I need some wood. And I need fishing bait. Okay. Oh! Alright, I didn't set that one as fixed. Okay, it does just keep running. Fixed. 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 Darn, I was hoping it just run the once. What about if I do... There it is. And event processing. Let's try that, because I don't want it to... I don't want it to erase. Nope, it just keeps going. Darn it. Okay, let me think. If I duplicate the event, switch, I'll do... Ice pull check. Let's do ice pull fail. So if ice pull fail is on, it'll go to here. Test. Auto run. Control switch. On. And this will do nothing. And it'll just say nothing on the line. Okay, there we go. And we'll just make this one blank. So you interact with it. No, same as character. There we go. Interact with it. Build a pole. Set up the pole. There we go. So let's see. And then no, this needs to actually happen back here. So it sets that equal to that. Okay. Okay, so then ice pull will be greater than steps. Okay, so I need to keep ice pull 1 unaffected. So let's do random 1 equal to other variable. There we go. Equal to ice pull 1. Then random 1 subtract steps. No, because that'll make it negative. No, I need have a step counter variable. Where do I have that? Steps. Steps equal to, not variable, equal to game data. Steps. Okay. Variable equal to steps. So then this will need to be steps. Subtract random 1. Random 1 equals ice pull 1. Steps equals steps. Steps minus random 1. There we go. And then let's do 5,000 for now. We'll do so. Oops. Steps, add random between 0 and 3,000. Okay, and then conditional branch if steps is greater than or equal to 5,000, else. There we go. Ice pull fail, and then this we'll switch it to ice pull pass. So ice pull pass. Oh yeah, because then I don't have to deal with other internal variables. And this will be that one. Stepping, walking direction fix. There's a fish on the line. Okay. And for the sake of the test, let's just have this set it to 5,000. Got a pole. Baited the pole. Oh, and it skipped right to the success because I had it set up like that. Okay. Now, what about... Okay, on remove test. Add random, we'll do 0 to 3,000 again. Actually, let's have it add 0 to 10. And we'll make this 500. 600, because I think everything works. 6 is this. Okay. And then for now, I will remove that. Okay. So click on this. Yes. Yes. And after a bit, it should switch over. Oh no, because it's resetting each time. That's why. Right. If I set that to parallel, Ice pull 1 is equal to steps. Oh, that's what I should be doing. I should be having ice pull 1 get incremented by 10 as well. Ice pull 1, add 0 to 10. There we go. So now it'll do the proper calculation. And if it fails, it'll increment it by 10. We'll put it back on auto run. Now it should only take a few seconds if I did this right. No, I did it wrong again, because now it's going higher than... Because now ice pull 1 is going higher than steps. Alright, yeah, switch that to parallel. Remove that. I was right the first time. So I need that to be parallel. I'm not gonna run 600 steps though. Alright, let's just make this 1200. So I have like well, let's make it 10. And I'll make this 10. Okay. There, that should give at least brief. That was fast, actually. Oh well. The proof of concept is there. Pass. No, I want to select that. There we go. Fail. So we have fail and pass. I'll put this back at 5,000. I'll put this at 3,000. So after 2,000 steps, you can start having a chance to succeed. And I'll also add actor Calvin Luck. There we go. Luck straight across. So that should speed things up just a little bit. Ice pull fish on the line. Control variable random 1. Set a random. We'll do between 1 and 1,000 because I can. And then again, we will add Calvin's Luck. Conditional branch, variable random 1 is greater than or equal to 1,000. You get the best fish. And then we'll also need to exit event from processing. If it is, let's do 800. It'll be a lesser fish. And 600. 300. And then if you get to the very bottom, you'll get a small fish. And I will actually add one above this. 1100. And let's do water. Cool. Change items. Let's see, what are my fish options? I should probably add more fish. Let's do, I think, a sturgeon This is going to be the biggest one. Pike. Walleye. Do perch. And a catfish. Pull in a sturgeon. And I absolutely spelled that wrong. It's with a U. Can you tell I'm not a fisherman? Pull in a sturgeon. You caught a pike. Actually, let's make this common event. Random loot. There we go. There's a walleye on the line. Caught a perch. And right, okay, so egg is at processing, but it also needs to turn off the pass. Okay. So here we have the auto run. We'll just set this to 5,000 for now. This is actually a lot easier to set up than I was intending. I forgot to have this turn it off. Of course, the first random I get below 300. Oh wait, no, this is greater than. No, yeah. So yeah, first try. Cool. Less than 30% chance. Because why is it not? Oh, it needs to turn off B as well. Control B off. There we go. Okay, but why is it always dropping to the bottom one? That's what I don't get. Oh. Add. Not set to. There we go. That's why that wasn't working. I'm not very lucky. Wow, I'm really not lucky. Holy cow. Oof. will I? Wow, am I really only just getting the bottom ones? I guess, okay. So that's a 1 in 1,000. That's not going to happen. That's a 2 out of 10. I don't think I got a perch, though. 300 above. Okay, this is a 30% chance to get random loot. So I'm going to drop this to 150. And I'm going to drop this to 400. Okay, so 15% for small loot. Make this 700. And a sturgeon. I should actually make this a 900. There we go. 10% chance for a sturgeon. Well, 10% plus whatever your luck is. You know, you get like 300 luck. You'll probably get these decently often. It also means if you have over 300, if you have over 150 luck, you'll always get fish. Which is not bad. But it also means... So this has a cap, though, of 20%. And then you'll start running into these guys. I'm going to change that. I'm going to make that a second. Control variables, random 2. Set. 1 in 20. 5% chance. Let's do 100. I don't want this to be super common. So this would be if random 2 is equal to 100. You get the boss fight. Yeah, alright. I like that. You know what, let's add another one too. If it's greater than or equal to 1,000. Let's add, because it isn't there a... I don't care about the recipe books. Although actually adding a way to find recipe books that you don't have yet would be a very nice tool. It's not a bad idea. Treasure relic. Treasure relic, that's what I'm thinking of, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. Treasure relic, treasure summon, and treasure summon, I'm pretty sure. Yep, mimics. Yeah. Actually, you know, I'm going to build this into the random 2. So if it is less than or equal to 1. There. So you got a 1% chance of treasure relic, regardless of your luck. 1% chance of a boss fight, regardless of luck. And then fish. Fish for days. I also, while making this map, realized I had accidentally made a sunfish. The worst of the fish. But now I've got this all prepped and ready, so let's install it in a few places. My plans are the ice caves. Already a whole bunch of spots. Give one each. So as soon as you get into the cave, it'll remove the pass-fail. Or actually, yeah, I could have it. I'll probably hook that into the transition points. Not what I wanted to do. There we go. So let's put some fishing spots around. Ice pole 1. This will be ice pole 2. Ice pole 2. Actually, let's keep that ice pole 1, and I'm going to rename this to ice pole random. Because then that way it'll correspond to these. And then I should change every mention of ice pole 1 to ice pole random. Or ice pole random to ice pole 1. Okay, and then I'll set it back to here. Perfect. I did fix this. Okay, yeah, I did set this back to what it should be. Oh no, I didn't set this back to what it should be. There we go. That would have been unfortunate. Where was that? Fishing hole. Here we go. Glad I realized that now. And I will probably come back at some point and expand on this more. Actually, let's do... How do the water ripples look with that? I want to test that out. Because if the water ripples work... Where is misconnect icons? Because it looks like the ripple pops up kind of in the middle of the hole. I don't like the alignment, but I can definitely work with that. If I just edit the icon to be a little bit lower. Oh, I see. I'm doing it wrong. What are these ones? Ah, they have a custom route. Okay, let's see how that looks. I wonder if there's a way to offset it a little bit. Oh, and I also need... These ones are just walking. Okay. So let's remove direction fix. And I think remove stepping as well, because I believe these are... Yeah, okay. Which one is this? This is the side. So if I edit this to be just down a little bit, that could work. That could definitely work. What about... is there like an exclamation point or something I can put there? Definitely don't want to use the motes. Chest or crystal. Oh, let's see. Bubbling water might work. Route is just turning. No, I don't want this. I want it to be stepping. Let's see if bubbling water works. Oh! That works really well, actually. Oh, not that part. I wonder if there's a way I can layer. That'll work for now. Is there something else I can use, though? None of these. Yeah, okay. Ice cave. And it was other. Stepping direction fix. Ice fishing 1. Ice pool, okay. Oh yeah. There you have it. Ice fishing has been added. You get the bubbling water, you go, you build a pole, bait the pole, and then you wait. And I guess one more thing before I go, I'll need to control switches. I'll need to turn these off each time you pass through a door. So I'll put those there, and then I'll also need to put them in here. I think, is it this one? Here we go. That one does auto run, so that one works. And this one clears a bunch of switches too. Okay. So that way, if you ever return back to town, it'll clear those clear those switches, and that way it'll work when you go back out adventuring. So these will be nice little, I can hide them around, have one in each spot. So this one's unfortunate because there's, I believe, 4 small maps on this one large one. So only one of them can have an ice fishing spot. Thus are the hazards of map design this way. But yeah, I'm excited. I think this opens up a lot of opportunity because I do want to implement mechanics similar to this in each region. I want to encourage players to want to go back to these different places. There's a lot of rewards to be had by fighting those monsters, even if you're way over leveled. You know, the unique resources in each area. There's the rare loot in each area. There's the crafting materials. I want each zone to have very specific things so that no one region kind of feels the same as any of the other ones. I think so far I've done a good job of making sure each region is unique. And I look forward to continuing to expand that. I also look forward to working on some more of the endgame content here soon, hopefully. The sooner I get feedback, the sooner I can really start working on that endgame stuff. This one's planned to be a side area. This one's planned to be sort of an endgame arena style. I plan on having a sort of undead tomb as an endgame area you can explore, and a depths of Olympus, so sort of a bottomless pit underneath the final palace that you can explore. And then, in addition to all of that stuff, I've got New Game Plus, which is, I believe it's implemented. Or at least it's set up to be implemented. And that'll be things like you'll get an extra slot for what are the moats. I think I'm going to switch moats to pets, though. Because I think people like pets a lot more than they like little floaty dudes. So probably change those to things like a dog and a cat and a fox and stuff like that. Which, honestly, I think that'll be pretty fun. So, yeah, New Game Plus, you'll get a 3rd one. Because you'll get one from... No, up to 3, I believe. So you get one from Candace. I keep calling her the right name. One from Candace. You'll get one from New Game Plus. And I believe on the 2nd run, you can get a 3rd from Candace as well. I might have already added that somewhere. Where is her cave? Where is her cave? Where did I put her cave? Because there's the foothills. It's just called Candace Cave. Where is it? Oh, I see. There's the... Quest completion. We can swap her out. Movement. It looks... Maybe that's not added yet. One of these is when Candace joins. Alright, I'll find that and get that implemented just to make sure. But Candace, once you find her, she'll be the one that gives you the first pet and be like, hey, some animals aren't trying to kill you. And I think I am going to keep that as the basic moat. Or the weak moat. So that's where you'll get that from her. And it... So all of them will have the moat class. And it does not have any abilities. Oh no. Yeah, it just attacks. That's it. You can give it a trinket, and it can attack. Very basic. Then you can get... So each region will have a pet associated with it. Right now they're all still the moats. Frozen one from the ice area, obviously. It can learn magic spells. It has Ice Shard. The Enlightened. So this is from the Enlightened fight. This is his golden orb. Yeah. So it has a collection of buffs. So actually, if you have this, you don't necessarily need Speedy, although it would probably still be good to have her. Holy, you get this one from donating to the church in town. Luigi, this is a reference to a friend's art project. It's a little yellow head with a yes/no like Ouija board on it. His name was Luigi. It's kind of fun. So I put that in as a favor to him. Burst. It just has a weak AoE. Basic. Basic healing. Boost MP. Extra action chances. Good for someone that doesn't want it actually attacking the enemies. Because this one won't trigger any of the marks or anything like that. Lava. Lights things on fire. Blesses the party. Forest. You get Breeze, Shriek, Poison Cloud. Nice AoE. You can also do Earth Blessing. The Oasis. So this one will be found at that Oasis in the world map. And then the island one has some stuns and some buffs. And I'll probably add more, especially now that I'm shifting them to pets. That should give me a lot more ideas and freedom. So let's see, we got some monsters. We got nature. I could have a chicken. Chicken pet would actually be kind of fun. And I know I have a large collection of different monsters. So, well, then I got even more in here. So, there's the chicken. What could I do with the chicken? I can make the chicken the default one. Yeah, I could use a lot of these, actually. So, some of these would probably just end up being monster counterparts. So, like, the forest would be... Where are my custom monsters? Oh yeah, I've got that fox one, but it doesn't line up properly. Well, this would be the map anyways, so I might keep that pretty simple. Side view battle area, the game doesn't have the side view set up. So the important one is going to be the face of the character. And those I'll use the existing tokens and modify them most likely. Shouldn't be too difficult. Well, some of them maybe. But like this one, I'll probably make into like the Mandrake Sprout. This one, I've got a new icon for the Enlightened Golden Orbs that I'll probably switch that to. Where is his new ones? These guys. They're just little itty bitty colored orbs now. Of course, we've got the Living Brush as their new icon. Also itty bitty. We got the Mandrake Sprout with their new icon. That one, I think, might be a little bit more difficult to make a proper sprite of. Forest Spider, though, I do already have some spider sprites. So that could be a good pet. I've got lots of ghost sprites to pick from. I could make the punching bag companion. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to expand that. You'll have a lot more options on how to properly build your party and things. The idea is for the pets to be a non or very unlikely to be targeted support units. So these are things they're not going to have super high damage output, but they'll be a little extra on top. When you only have one of them, it's not going to be a huge boost, but it'll be something. It'll be that little bit of extra help finish off enemies. Once you get two, because you can't take duplicates, so once you have two of them, then you can start getting creative, and once you get up to three, I think that'll get pretty wild. Because things like if you bring, like the island one, you've got all of the stuns it can use. Oasis has a lot of water, so I would probably do something like... Well, and the Luigi one applies marks. So I'd probably bring like the Luigi one, the Enlightened one, and the Holy. Because that's a lot of healing. That's a lot of, well, indirect buffs. Ooh, that actually would be good. Or, Island, Holy, maybe Forest? Basic, though. Basic with the Holy would be good, too. Because then you're looking at just pure buffs on the party. Lots of options. Yeah. And like taking the lava with the frozen means you'll have ice and fire, which means you'll be applying those opposite elemental motes or marks. That'll be good. Definitely gotten off topic with this. Yeah, so ice fishing. So that's been implemented. I'll probably expand how many locations this is at, and maybe add in similar mechanics at different locations. Build on top of the set it up and come back kind of thing. Like what I've got with the gardens, because there's 2 gardens you can find. This will now be a 3rd set and forget kind of mechanic. To an extent, you've got the shrines, you've got the forgotten, the memory area that lets you swap experience around. Yeah. And I might rework the experience one too. Because I'm thinking about switching that instead of taking experience from other characters, giving you the option just to immediately bring a character up to Calvin's level. And so that way, regardless of who you're using, once you find that spot, you can just top up the party and keep going. It also would mean that as soon as you recruit, like Speedy or Candace or the Dragon, you'd immediately be able to just bump them up to the party's current level. There'd be a lot less grinding involved. It's definitely an option. It's something I'm going to think about. Especially when you're in like New Game Plus, you're leveling up really fast. By the time you get those extra characters, you're going to be a much higher level. Or I could add a different location for that too. I might just add an option for that. I think that's going to be the best option for there. Little memory altar with the creepy little statue. He just wants to be remembered. Probably going to add more grasslands too. I don't know why. This one has I mean, just a huge amount of potential encounter spots. But I can never... Or not spots, encounter types. But I always seem to run into the fire and the ice ones, which is odd. Alright. With that, I'm going to call this video to an end. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the ice fishing mechanic and the general updates of Calvin's Gallery. I'll see you in the next video. Darn it. I needed that. That was the worst time it could have hit me. Where are you coming from? Alright, I just...